Yo, yo, yo. Podcast episode 32. Um, you know the vibes. Co-host are busy again. Honestly, this is gonna be me. Co-hosts are just super busy. Um, that'll be a random situation. But yeah, so it's just me. I'm gonna try out this one thing I have. I made a meme board on my phone, and I don't know. Let's try it out. I have no idea how this sounds, so bear with me. Hopefully, it's like somewhat. Okay. All right. We're cooking. Shout out to social media, Spotify, however you listen to this podcast, Spotify, Apple, was it YouTube? Um, oh, I have to bring up something. So somebody has been reviewing my podcast. I have 3 reviews for some. No, I have 3 ratings on Apple Podcasts right now. There's no comments. It's just ratings. We're official, I guess. We're official now. There's one. It's a 3.5 out of 5. 2 people put it at 5 stars. 1 person put it at 1 star. So that person is definitely angry at me. I need to find something. There we go. This is the cheesiest podcast right now. Let's get it started. I've been wanting to talk about this, and to my 6 listeners, no, my 8 listeners actually. We need to talk about Jesus is King. We need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. I was very mixed with the reception it was getting. And then I figured out, oh, I'm just jealous. I'm just jealous that these people who have been bashing Kanye has been tearing him apart for the last 2 decades has been like, oh, wow, this album is amazing. And I'm like, no. Part of me is like, no, you don't have the right to like be like that, because like, yo, you've been bashing this man for 2 decades, and now it's only because he made a non-cussing album, people are just like going berserk. Like, shout out, I don't know, he's not listening to this, but shout out to my way old, he was one of my like youth pastors at my church that I grew up in, Andrew Hamilton. He was giving his comments on it, and I was like, what is where am I living? It was as if like I was living in like an opposite world. And do not get me wrong, like the impact that album is having is crazy. Um, it's amazing. It's amazing that that type of album is getting that much traction. Um, I've always said this. Kanye has always been a Christian rapper. He has always had Christian influences in his music. Like, people always forget the song he made called Jesus Walks in 2004. Grammy nominated. Not sure if it actually won, but that's the biggest Christian song of all time. And I guess people just forgot that he made it and like, oh, judge. Like, part of being a Christian is making mistakes, is not being perfect. Kanye hasn't been perfect, and so have none of us been. And it's just like, just seeing all these people bashing this man for the last 2 decades, even when he was making these Sunday service videos, people are like, oh, this is fake. I'm like, Justin Bieber does this, and everybody, oh, praise God. It's just kind of like, yo, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It just rubbed me the wrong way. Um, but I haven't voiced that really like to many people because I want the message of this album to get out there, because it's just like, we're not Christians are not supposed to be judging this album at all as like a not at all as a they can judge the actual music, like if it's genuinely good or not, but the message should not be judged. Just like the overall message. Yes, critique the album, critique the notes, critique the melody, the rhythm, do all that. So it's very interesting. So that was my like biggest thing. It was just kind of like, it just felt fake. So just seeing the people like, this is hard for me because Kanye has always been an all-time musician for me. I have always defended this man, defended his music, and people like, especially in the Christian community that I've been. Oh my goodness, I have always been the guy that's been like, okay, like Kanye is trying. Kanye is a genius. He's a musical genius. Um he's bigger than music. He incorporates production. He incorporates other musicians. A lot of his albums are heavily featured, except for this last one, of course. And everyone is like, oh, he said George Bush hate black people. Oh, he did the Taylor Swift thing. I'm just like, that's just the wildness of Kanye. You think everybody has a crazy wild side. It's just that he has a more polarizing aspect. His craziness makes him what he is. I don't know, man. It's just it was just weird seeing just like people that have kind of just bashed him, just like suddenly just like, yo, confirmed he's a Christian. You just don't know people's hearts. Get it. I don't know. It's just because everyone judges in life. Every group of people judges each other. A lot of people and cultures judge each other. It's like white people will judge other white people. Black people will judge other black people. Hispanic will judge Hispanics. Just like, oh, you're not being the basic or typical this person out of this category. That can go for the same as religion. Uh, Muslim, Christianity. Don't know much about religion, but that was like the main religion, the main religions that I know of. Those are the popping ones. Um, But I just know, growing up in the like a Christian community, Christians judge other Christians mainly just because they want the best for them. It's most of the time. It's not to like deteriorate. It's mostly just like, you're a Christian, represent us better. It's like, I think that's kind of a big part of it. Um, you know, meanwhile, so like Kanye has been like doing the merch. His merch is so expensive. I want to say like, oh, give me that shirt for Christmas. I'm like, no, just give me that money. Just like, seriously. Like, the main thing like I want is the Jesus is King black sweater top. It's like kind of turtleneckish. It's kind of like the main one everyone's wearing. Like, Kanye's been wearing it a lot. It looks super comfy. I'm sure it's comfy. That thing is $170. My goodness. No, give me the 170. Unless you're one of those people like, oh, I'm going to give you the present. I don't care about the money type of people. I don't know. This Kanye album is what I thought The Life of Pablo was going to be. Now, The Life of Pablo is my favorite Kanye album. It's Jesus is King is not going to be better than Life of Pablo to me. Now, Jesus is King, the album, the theme is amazing. The message. Some of the music, it's a little bit cheesy. It's not the best. I was expecting more ultralight beam, kids see ghosts, more drums in the music, because, oh my goodness, that's what's lacking in Christian music nowadays. Christian worship. The drums. I'm tired of the melodies. Put some drums in that music. Like the second half of what's that? Closed on Sunday. The Chick-fil-A thing. The second half of that song is amazing. The drums, the lyrics, goodness gracious. And that's a fact. Exactly. This is so awesome. I'm just trying to like formulate my thoughts right now. And that's the weird thing about Christian music, is that there's two parts of it. When you hear a song, there's kind of two parts you have to judge. One part is the actual music itself, the notes, the logistics, and the second part is the feeling of it, is the message, the theme, what is it giving off? Like, is it a summer vibey type of song? Is it like there's some songs out there that are horrible, like musically, that I love only because of the summer feels it gives off. It's like, just let me enjoy this weird song just because it gives off summer vibes, it gives off summer stuff. With Christian music, it's hard to be like, oh, I don't like the message of that song. You kind of have to agree with it. As a Christian, of course. Now, if you're a non-Christian, you can be like, yo, I don't really like the message. That's like, okay, but like Christians, it's almost like 100%. Like, yo, like, you gotta agree with the message. You got to, you know. But the actual notes, the music, the rhythm, that can be judged. And so that's a hard part about judging Christian music, is just because, like, at the end of the day, we're Christians are going to need to love it. At the end of the day. So yeah, I love the album. It's unique to me. It's just unique. And the thing about Kanye, the whole not cussing thing, I mean, he's always been a Christian rapper. His cuss words in his albums are very less of a thing than most rappers. He does not cuss much. I saw the stat. It was either late registration or 808s. It had barely any cuss words in it. Barely. And I thought that was very unique. Like, you can make good rap music without cussing. I mean, that's kind of a thing. Like, I just wonder if Jesus King had some cussing in it. People would be like, "Oh, it's bad," you know. I mean, I wouldn't have. It's a part of life. It's a part of people's music, culture. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting at the end of the day. It's very interesting. Um,
Yeah, they had us the first half. I'm not gonna lie.
Whoops. What else do I want to say about this? My favorite song is "Useless Gospel." The best song on that whole album. Kanye's singing voice, I like it. I really actually like it. Um, it's funny that Clipse is in it. That is really funny. I don't even know the last time they had like a song or a feature. I mean, what, the late 2000s? So interesting. But it's not a complete shock, only because uh, not Pusha T, Malice. I think that's the other guy's name, the less popular one. Clipse' two-man group, if you don't know. My brother actually went to a Clipse concert way back in the day, early 2000s or something. So shout out to him. So Malice dropped out of Clipse and decided to become like a pastor, like kind of in the Christian culture, and he just dropped rap music. Very interesting, because Clipse was on their way to being a huge, or I mean, they were already a huge duo, but with rap music in general growing in popularity, Clipse was going to amass a lot more popularity, and so it's very interesting with Malice rapping for the first time in 10 years. Um, it's very interesting. And Kenny G on the saxophone was a good thing. And at the end, the drums and the saxophone, and it's just like it's just great. Yeah, I was expecting more ultralight beam, kids see ghost, yay type of thing. But I mean, the man's changed. Like, I was watching the Zane Lowe interview. It's so relaxing. What do you call it? Aesthetic. It's aesthetically pleasing because it's like he's in Wyoming at a studio, and he's like in a robe or something, like in very soft looking clothes, and he's just like, it's the most calm and happy I've seen Kanye in a while. And I love Zane Lowe interviews for some reason because I like the accent. I mean, I like the accent, but I also love like he never there's never a judging tone in any of his interviews. Like this one really showed out because he is complete opposite of Kanye's like beliefs. It's kind of what he gave off a little bit, but he never like was like, oh. There was one time like with the Trump stuff, he was like, I don't agree with you, but what is your reasoning behind the certain acts you do? It's like Zane Lowe is very understanding, and I like people like that, just like being understanding. There's good and bad and everything. Um, I wasn't planning on talking about Jesus King for this whole episode, but it's kind of like it's just something I've been thinking about a lot. Um, um, I'm interested now to see what Kanye will be doing in the future, whether it's musically or just like culturally. I mean, the man says he's going to run in 2024 for president, and I mean, he did say he was going to run in 2020, but that didn't happen. You know what's very interesting? Oh my, Kanye's going to be president, y'all. He's going to be president some year. Literally, I've been saying that for a while now because of his impact. With Trump winning the presidency, it literally showed like anybody can do anything with correct knowledge. Trump knows more about the political system than the usual celebrity. Kanye is learning a lot about the political world. I mean, his wife Kim is like really into what is it? The prison reform situation. And like I think she's going to law school now. What's And so it's just like it's it's all setting up for them to be in the office. And I think Kanye will be running as a Republican. And he's going to say what's on his mind. He's going to explain things in more of an like the thing about Trump, he never has commented about things that's been questionable, you know? But Kanye does not care about that. It's more like he's what is it? What's the word? He's not afraid to speak his mind. And I think with questionable things, with things that are like on the fence, like, oh, why did you do this? He will give explanations like crazy. So I don't think it's gonna be 2024. I mean, Kanye is how old is he? Like he's think he's like 40, 43-ish, 42. I could see 2032 him being president, like more in the 30s, or in 2028. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting.
Okay.
Yeah. So this, I think I gave off my thoughts. I think I've said everything I wanted to say. By the way, I'm kind of in a blue. I'm kind of in a weird mood mentally. I miss my family. I miss my friends. I miss my roots. Like moving somewhere for the first time at like 23. It's a weird thing. It's a weird situation. You have 23 years of roots that are 5 hours away, and it's just kind of makes me sad. You know, school is so hard. I mean, there's one class I haven't seen this at all. We're coding. Why am I coding? I mean, I get it. Like, accounting is. I mean, I'm an accounting major. I'm in grad school, by the way. Accounting is kind of like heading toward that coding, but it's like I'm not going to be doing that. I'm like at my position, you know. It's tough, man. It is tough out here. I miss my family. I just want to see my family. I just want to be in Dallas. I just want the Dallas energy, man. It's so cold out here. This morning, I walked in 19-degree weather. Do you know what day it is? It's October 31st. We're technically still a month away from winter. Right? No, wait. I get that confused. Wait a second. Winter doesn't start till December 22nd. That's a weird thing, by the way. Should start kind of sooner than that. Yeah, birthday winter is December 21st. Jeez. Yeah, so I'm just school's going weird. Some of the friends I've made here are wild, I guess. Some of them, not all of them, of course. Some of them, they're really helping me. I need to get involved in church more. I actually went. I'm starting to go to this church more because they offer like a Tuesday night thing, which works great with my schedule. And it's a good energy there. It's good. It's good. And there's a lot of college kids. I just need to get more into the church scene. You know, like I wish I went back home like what is it like early October, September. But at the same time, I was excited to be here. I was excited to be in Lubbock. You know, I was excited. The honeymoon phase, the honeymoon phase. Got to. Now the honeymoon phase is over. and would you look at that? The honeymoon phase is over, and now I want to go home. But now I have a lot of group stuff to do. And so it's like not good to go home. Like I do not want to go home just for like one full day. I need 2 full days at home. But man, miss him. Um, yeah, so I'm in the blues. This semester is hitting me mentally. The learning curve academically was more than I thought. More than I thought, man. Um, because I'm one of the few here that went to another school for undergrad. There's maybe 2 other people, and I don't know. It's just I feel like if I just see Dallas a little bit more during the semester, I'll be fine. But I'm trying to go home next weekend actually. But we'll see. I mean, we're so close to like winter break and this semester being over. It's gonna be and don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. Has been a great growing situation. Like seriously. Um and yeah, we'll leave it at that. It's all good, but there's days where it's just kind of like I don't know if I want to be here next semester. It's just like when you don't know your future, it kind of messes with your head. When you don't know your future, like 3 months from now, or 2 months from now, or days, because like I've been applying for these like business firms, and there's days where if I agree to this or if this firm gives me an offer, then it kind of changes my life a little bit for like 6 months. But if it doesn't, it's like doesn't change my life for 6 months, and it's just kind of like the readiness and preparedness of everything. I don't. It's a lot, but at the end of the day, this has been a great fall. Just overall, just friends, people, the people I've met here have been great. So yeah, we'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Let's do song of the week real quick. Shout outs and get out of here. Song of the week, I think I mentioned this. Use this gospel. Use this gospel for protection. It's a hard road to heaven. Like Kanye's singing is undefeated. Um, what else? Yeah, that's the song of the week. It's a great song, great everything. Shout outs. Shout out. Shout out to the fruit. I've been having a lot. I've been having a lot of fruits and veggies. We've been grabbing a lot of strawberries, bananas, grapes, um, from the store. Um, yeah, diet's kind of different here in Lubbock, just because like There's not a consistent food situation, you know. Because Dallas, you know, you got your family, you know, and all my family knows how to cook. So, you know, man, gracias, you know, what's the word? Muy bene. No, it's not Spanish. I don't get my Spanish and Italian confused. Whatever. That's it. This has been an interesting podcast. Go listen to Jesus King. I mean, honestly, if you're whatever age, there's some people that I know that hate rap music and they like it just because like the message, you know. But that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Have a stupendous November. Yeah, tomorrow's November. I think when this episode comes out, it will be November 1st. Yeah, have a good one. Peace, peace.